Welcome back to another version of the Climbback series brought to you by Hef Streams Media. And we're here today with another young man that can basically give you a great story of his own. He's going to share some personal information with us today that hopefully you guys can pay attention to because I love his message. My man's name is Chris Davis. Welcome to the Climbback series.
I appreciate you for having me, fam.
Appreciate
All
it.
jokes aside, bro, it's just like shake back real, man. Shake back real, bro.
So I called it the Climbback series, and you said it was the Shake Back series.
Damn, bro. What?
So elaborate on that.
It's just like, yeah, man, you shaking back. Sometimes you gotta find your shimmy. Fuck that. That's all it is. Everybody got their own dance, man. It's a matter of minding your own motion, finding out, you feel me, what the fuck it is you got going with this song. Appreciate you for having me, bro.
I appreciate you. I appreciate
this
you.
This shit here like that. We gotta find the vibe. We gotta find the rhythm.
Absolutely.
You gotta find the rhythm so I can make this shit organic, bro.
It's all about that. It's all about your energy, man. And I do expect us to get into some real deep, parts of your life, man, because you got a great story to tell. And like I said, man, I admire everything that you do, what you've been through, and where you're going from here. So we had a very interesting conversation off camera.
Yeah, talk to me.
That I thought was interesting, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm all about. Hef Streams is all about having in-depth, thoughtful conversation.
All right.
And I think you had asked me, did I feel like the youth was misguided? And I had mentioned the term, the youth kind of performed or portrayed or kind of carried themselves like crash test dummies.
Crash test dummies.
When it comes to
verbatim.
When it comes to the hard-headed youth that's out there just running out there all out with no regard. Because in my opinion, I see more things now that I never saw back when I was coming up. And the one thing that I definitely admit to is we had more OGs back then telling us, nah, little younger, don't do this, or, go that way, as opposed to now it seems like the youth just crash out.
Whereas though I rebutted, like, yeah, bro. For those that had that, it's a youngin' out there only moving on his own recognizance. Like, he only know what he know. So even if you had somebody to tell you something, bro, do you know how hard it is to operate on your own with no guidance? Animals, the animalistic nature of a mother, she stays there when her child is born. Mm. You feel me? So somebody is born with something. Animals protect their young when they're born, even in the midst of nature, even if they on the motherfucking prey side of the food chain. They stay there and they defend it. So at the fact that during your life course, you had somebody, you're fortunate. Because there's a motherfucker out there with nobody.
I feel like that. I feel like my generation kind of left your generation and younger, kind of left y'all hanging, man. Like, I don't feel like we
not yet. I mean, I'm a part of my generation. I had somebody. I'm fortunate.
Well, I'm talking about.
I'm a victim of my own demise, my choices.
Right.
I don't hold my mama accountable. I don't hold my people accountable because at the end of the day, you hold that shit as an excuse. I'm a victim of my own demise. I pick and I choose. That's the law of it. I choose at the end of the day. You pick what to do. Niggas be making it seem like, if I say nigga for lack of better words, motherfuckers be making it seem like you don't pick and you choose your decisions. They be making it seem like it's a 50-50. Nah, bro, you pick and you choose. You feel me? Like, it ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You choose what to do. You choose how you wake up. Every day towards tomorrow, every step towards tomorrow, bro, is a better day. You prolonging your lifespan, bro. You feel me? Like, that shit be crazy how motherfuckers choose to look backwards and step towards it. Fuck no. That's stepping towards hurt, man. It's a lot of shit that
Hey, do you remember that day you saw me and I was kind of sitting to myself, like deep in thought? Jolly looking like I was like, fucked up. And you saw me, and what did you say? If you remember what I'm talking about, you said something that I thought was profound to me that day.
More than likely, I probably said, if it ain't okay, it's gonna be okay. Every step toward tomorrow is a better day. You woke up, the hard part over, my nigga. the hard part over, bro. I mean that shit. Like, what? It's a motherfucker that's never coming home, bro. And look toward tomorrow like, yeah, I go home tomorrow. That's a real feeling of hope. A motherfucker that's forgotten, the art of absence. He's perfected it. I'm never coming home. You'll never know him. They'll never know him. They'll never know him. His story will never get told. You have the art of influence. Power is either influence or control. The power to change someone's life. You can influence me, but you influence me. Hey, bro, you'll be my mentor. You did. Like,
you did ask me that.
Absolutely.
And I meant
no shame in it, bro.
That meant a lot, man. Like, you have displayed so many things in just a short term that I've known you. You know what I'm saying? And like, I hope that people can understand that it's possible, man. Like, I see it in you each and every time me and you interact. Like, to be, gone for 7 years during a time in your life where that's very intricate maturity from 20 to 27 years old.
Hold on, man. Don't be, motherfuckers be like, I'm a product of my environment. You shitting me. I am not where the fuck I came from. And they gonna see it.
Yeah.
Legislation, morals, and principles. You never change that. Whoever say a woman can't raise a man is a lie. Because everything I learned, everything I know is from my mama. And when she went away, that's when I learned that. Life will learn you, bro. Every step towards tomorrow is a better day, man. I mean that.
Nah, that's what's up.
Real shit.
Question for you, though, Chris, is you were incarcerated from what age to what age?
I was incarcerated from 20 to 27.
From 20 to 27. So that's a point in my life when I look back. I did a lot of street running, from 20 to 27. I had a lot of long nights, partying and shit. But I worked all the time. I always got money.
Yeah.
But I feel like at 28 was when me personally, I started to take life more serious in general. Where would you say you had, I guess found that wisdom to be away from 20 to 27? Coming back home.
You mean at what point in time? Like in my bed or at the crib?
In your bed. Like when and where at a certain point did you get that understanding of like, all right, I gotta come out different?
Let me think. Probably about my 4th year. When they told me my aunt had died, man, and you did, like I say, man, I'm not that motherfucker that was raised in one spot. People ask me where I'm from. I'm from under a rock. I was born here, moved to Atlanta for quite some time, joined the military, lived in Virginia for a little bit, man. Like, I done traveled a little bit. So with that being said, it's like, when you so used to networking and doing shit, like you become, when you're not introduced to a reality when you locked up, big bro, like, art of absence. That's what you learn when you locked up, man. You learn how to get the fuck out the way because it's forced upon you. So I said that to say, when I truly realized that I was forgotten, bro, out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind. Like, boy, that's the closest thing to being dead.
But how do you handle that emotion, during that time when you're there by yourself?
Self-progression, affirmation, I ain't gonna hold you, man. Like, you just gotta dig deep and understand that even when it's not okay, nigga, it's gonna be okay, for sure. For sure, like, what, nigga? I was in Virginia in the state all by myself, bro. I ain't know nobody. Nobody loved me. Nobody knew me. That's the crazy part about it. Home's like, what? Nobody know me. Don't nobody love me. So with that being said, and I managed to thrive. Oh, my mama, I managed to thrive amongst absence.
You're here for a reason, bro.
Man,
did you ever see other people break down?
In prison, how it go, bro. It's either you gonna be a man or you gonna be a boy. I'm not one of those men. I'm not the toughest guy in the room. I'm not the smartest guy in the room. But at the end of the day, and I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but it don't change the fact I'm in there with the knives, man. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in there with the knives on. So by no means, at the age of 21. I went to prison when I was 21. But by no means did my mama go through all that shit to raise me, to raise no motherfucking boy. That's dead. You ain't gonna tell me what to do, like just entering from the day in jail. You ain't gonna tell me how to do my time. You ain't about to enforce nothing on me. I ain't gonna say I ain't have no influence, because that's the definition of power. That's the reason why, as we was talking before, but like, people hold power when they have that role model. You were fortunate enough to have, I did too, my mama. You were fortunate enough to have OGs and shit like that, man. Niggas ain't giving out no free game.
I'm telling you, I put it on my generation firsthand. You know, we don't give back to the youth. I think like the generation behind me did for me.
Y'all do, but in the essence, it's just like nowadays, bro. Motherfuckers only care about money. A conversation with, on me, this shit gonna be organic, bro. I done asked you like, hey, bro, you mind mentoring me? I'll fuck with you. The long way, I admire you, bro, and it ain't shit wrong with that. Motherfuckers don't know how to ask for game, bro. Hey, would you mind teaching me this X, Y, Z? Because like we said before, it's a way you communicate. It's how you digest information, man. It's how you digest. Motherfuckers digest information different, so therefore they regurgitate it in another way that might be foreign to you or me.
And then that's what you do with it.
Exactly.
That's how you apply it.
Exactly. Knowledge without application is useless, bro.
So when you lost your mom, when you were incarcerated?
Biggest heartbreak of my life, just want that shit to be known. You got your mom out there, man. Give a fuck. We recording right now. Just take a quick break. Hey, look, I love you. Tune back in, bro. That's the realest shit you gonna get. And I hate to tell niggas that, but I ain't gonna say I hate to tell niggas that, but I know it's sad to say, but bro, listen, man, that shit hurt. That shit hit different. And that's when, like, in life, I realized, like, I was alone. Don't nobody love you like your mama, bro. I don't give a fuck if she was there for you, she wasn't. Motherfuckers be like, they hurt their birthday. Hey, bro, happy birthday, happy born day. Nah, nigga, that's my hurt day, bro. I put the person that loved me the most in this world through the most pain ever. And added on to that shit, bro. Like,
were you locked up when it happened?
Hell no. I was fortunate enough to be in a position where, as though my mama could pass away comfortably, bro.
Okay.
I was in a position where, as though she could pass away comfortably. So with that being said, it's just a matter of, like, it's the aftermath, that depression, that PTSD, bro. What, man? 16 to 20 years old, and I know it ain't a long amount of time, but I was, bro, carrying the weight of I took care of my whole family. You dig? Like, that shit hit different, bro. Then you lose the one person that you had your whole life. My mama raised me, fam.
But that's the whole point of the Climb Back series. We tell these stories, so maybe one person out there, hears your message and hears your fight and hear how you came back and you survived, man. Like, I think it's a glorious story, man, to hear where you came from. And one thing that I said when I met you, like, you exude wisdom, man. I think your IQ is just off the charts, man. Like,
thank you.
Sound funny, but
thank you.
Very smart, and I admire people like you. So then when I find out what your story is and what your history is, it makes me even more interested. So we're here, and I really want to find out, when did you turn it on, and how did you start making those steps to where you are now and where you're progressing from now?
And I hate to say it, bro, to anybody that's been home quite some time, but for real, at the end of the day, it don't even matter that I just came home. To anybody that's struggling, bro, it's a challenge, but it's just up to you to accept that challenge, bro. Don't be afraid to ask for game, and understand that patience is a virtue. That shit is a monster within itself. If you've been locked up for quite some time, and man, listen, you've been inside the jail, you had to practice the art of patience. Like, damn, shit can't go your way for one day, a couple hours, it don't matter. So I had a chance to hone in on myself and really deliberate on what the fuck it is that was holding me back.
You said a couple times the art of patience, and that sounds like something that if people honed into that in the streets and out here in the world, that might benefit a lot of people. Like a lot of people now want the fast route to everything. Everybody wants to be on top as soon as they start something. You talk about the art of patience. So I think, that's very profound.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
I want to ask you, was there anything that you regret?
Tend not to have regrets. I mean, well, I have regrets. Everyone has something they regret in their life, whether they say they do or they don't. You have some shit that you did and you wish you never would did. Ain't no way around it. But at the end of the day, I appreciate my regrets because my regrets turned me into the person that I am today. No matter what it is, I ain't did shit in my life where I can't look in the mirror and not see myself or don't want to see myself.
That's deep. And that's the biggest thing. Like you said, look at yourself in the mirror, And a lot of people really can't live with their regrets. That's why I always like to ask that question because we all make mistakes.
Absolutely.
We all make mistakes. And was there anything that you experienced, like, and then we're going to move on to more of like where you are now. Was there anything that you experienced when you was locked up that you didn't expect that you would never experience?
Money. I did not expect to make money.
Tell us about that. That's interesting. I didn't expect that answer.
Absolutely. So with that being said, it's just like ingenuity. You're around some of the most intuitive motherfuckers when you locked up. Me having a craft, I was able to make money, bro. Like making what is it? Making t-shirts.
So you were making t-shirts?
T-shirts.
In jail?
Yeah.
And you were making money?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
At the end of the day, you see the art of absence. Being absent inside. Being locked up is like being on an island. That is your own world. You're either going to be a boy or you're going to be a man. Man know how to make fire. Boy has to depend on man. And at the end of the day, like, yeah, man, it's a weird dynamic, but my mom ain't raised a motherfucker. Yeah.
So we talk about you, again, it's a comeback series of Hef Streams Media Production. We talk about you coming from a situation where you had a close bond with your mom.
Absolutely.
You said yourself you had a silver spoon.
R.I.P. to my big homie. She made sure all that. Miss Vanessa motherfucker. She know what's going on. She taught me what's going on. Please continue.
No, I love it. That's what's up. And you said yourself you had a silver spoon, and you went through what you went through, and you lost it.
Hit different when you lose something that you so used to, man. It become a habit.
But you very sharp at 27, 28 coming home.
Not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I am in there with the knife.
Humble. Obviously humble. We can pick that up right now in the interview, in this conversation.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Where do you think you go from now? Because I know you have a lot of ideas. I know you have a lot of talents, and I know you've been, working on your music and certain things, and we'll talk about that before we go. But you kind of came off, like you said, as a salesperson coming out of jail, having to communicate, having to talk. You sold your shirts, and now you're doing what?
I sell cars.
Right, so you hustling now. You selling something for a living, making good money as a legal salesperson. And
legality.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful thing, man. So where do you see yourself going from here at this point?
With consolidation of thought, consecration of effort, bro. It might sound cliche, but I only see myself going up, bro.
Right.
One of the hardest things I had to learn about coming home, man, is how important the art of decision making. The power of two words that changes the legislation and shit, man. And that's yes and no. You'll be amazed at how far you can get with telling a motherfucker no.
It's hard for some people to say no.
It's a disease. It's a disease. I ain't gonna hold you. Motherfucker can do something, slam in your face, do you something nasty. You'll choose to accept it. So you say, yeah, man, practice the habit of saying no, man. Fuck that. Yeah. I matter, bro.
Yeah. One thing, that is, a lot of people talking about it now, but it was like kind of like taboo in a day is mental health and therapy.
Man, I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna say that shit. It's critical. People go through shit, but it's up to you ultimately to decide what it is that you're gonna deal with, man. I feel like the days that the devil give you a reason to hold your head low is the days that God needs you to hold your head highest, fool. All jokes aside, bro, like, whatever the fuck it is you go through, you decide to go through that.
Right.
Man, what? It's people that done been through worse shit than you. It's people that got it way worse than you, man. Even if you at your lowest, just to really think about it. This motherfucker with no roof over his head. Nothing, he don't know where his next meal gonna come from. So you gotta embrace your position. And I hate to say it, but for lack of a better word, you wanna run away from that shit. Help them when you can, but shit, boy, I can't be like that.
Yeah.
Especially if you got babies. What, bro? So it ain't no room for error, especially with me just coming home. Even if you down bad, bro, it ain't no room for error.
So what do you say to that person that's watching right now that don't have that strength, that doesn't have that resolve to keep going?
Chin up, chest out, hold the fuck on.
They want to give up, yeah.
Chin up, chest out, hold the fuck on. Because at the end of the day, even at your lowest, it's a motherfucker mad that he did not wake up today. It could always be worse. It's a motherfucker that's breathing circulated air. You feel me? Like, no matter what the fuck it is, I'd rather go every day broke on the land, good, bad, rich or poor, than be rich in prison. This nigga's out here, but it's hurting.
A lot of good facts, man.
Real shit.
I'm gonna tell you, man, you know, just hearing you talk about it, it's definitely hitting, man. And I hope people watching understand and feel your energy, because I definitely feel the energy right now. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Talk to me.
Did you still dream when you were incarcerated? Did you still expect to come home and be able to do whatever you want to do? Or do you still have dreams now? And where do you see yourself in 10 years?
As far as 10 years, man, I see myself corporate. I see myself in a corporate level, man. Do I dream? Damn right. Being away for so long, the art of absence teaches you what it is, and it gives you time to resonate with yourself. Like,
do you worry that your history might affect getting a good job?
That's an excuse.
Okay.
Part of being a man is dealing with the consequences that you goddamn chose. I had a choice to choose. I chose. I got to deal with those consequences.
Now that's what's up, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, I really appreciate you coming through.
Absolutely. And I appreciate you for having me.
This has definitely been a hell of a conversation. And I really hope, you know, when you guys watch the Comeback series, you understand what we're trying to accomplish. Like, we can always tell all the bad shit, focus on the hard, the horror stories, but it's about the comeback. It's about what we do, the retribution, where you're going from here. And I admire you, sir. I wish you the best. Definitely hope everything works out for you, Chris.
Absolutely.
And us again. It's Hef Streams Media, man. The Comeback series. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you having me. It was that summer in the city, murderland, home of the Ravens. Over east where they could smell the piss and blood on the pavement. They was playing fire hydrants, there's still glass in them gutters. It's as safe as it's gonna get, cause everything else hella dangerous. Similac still on their breath, the shorties hanging on the corner, cause the block of gold mine and them dope boys are gleaming. Got a dream to get his sister and his mama out the hood by any means. That's his drive, Lord, it's one and only reason. Selling hard as 9 to 5 and that 40 his insurance. Mama can't pay half the bills and daddy ain't been there to save him. Bow his head when he would pray looking at that ground. That shit was torture. Look his head up to the sky, ask why the clouds keep on changing. Ain't no answers from the sky, no shorty feeling nothing important. Everybody coming up and he won't buy his mama names. He the underdog, nobody trying to give shorty a chance. Ain't no more talking, he gonna talk.